Hi, welcome back. It's part two for Wednesday, July 6th, 2022. If you haven't heard the first part already, please do so. If you like what this channel stands for, subscribe and then hit the notification bell so you know when the next part comes. Also, to read from the Common English Version of the Bible, you can find that in the YouVersion app as well as other tools. It's in the App Store or Google Play, depending on the device that you use most. Let's continue on in the book of Deuteronomy, beginning with chapter 9. Deuteronomy chapter 9. Actually, skip the book. We're gonna go in order, so I apologize for that. We're gonna go to Leviticus instead. Leviticus chapter 18. Leviticus 18. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelites and say to them, I am the Lord your God. You must not do things like they are done in the land of Egypt where you used to live. And you must not do things like they are done in the land of Canaan where I am bringing you. You must not follow the practices of those places, nor my regulations. No, my regulations and my rules are the ones you must keep by following them. I am the Lord your God. You must keep my rules and my regulations. By doing them, one will live. I am the Lord. No one is allowed to approach any blood relative for sexual contact. I am the Lord. You must not uncover your father's nakedness, which is your mother's nakedness. She is your mother. You must not have sexual contact with her. You must not uncover the nakedness of your father's wife. It is your father's nakedness. You must not have sexual contact with your sister, regardless of whether she is your father's daughter or your mother's daughter, whether born into the same household as you or outside it. You must not have sexual contact with your son's daughter or your daughter's daughter, because their nakedness is your own nakedness. You must not have sexual contact with the daughter of your father's wife who was born into your father's family. She is your sister. You must not have sexual contact with your father's sister. She is your father's blood relative. You must not have sexual contact with your mother's sister, because she is your mother's blood relative. You must not uncover the nakedness of your father's brother. That is, you will not approach his wife for sex. She is your aunt. You must not have sexual contact with your daughter-in-law. She is your son's wife. You must not have sexual contact with her. You will not uncover the nakedness of your brother's wife. It is your brother's nakedness. You must not have sexual contact with a woman and her daughter. You will not marry her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter, thereby uncovering her nakedness. They are blood relatives. It is shameful. You must not marry your wife's sister as a rival, and have sexual contact with her while her sister is still alive. You must not approach a woman for sexual contact during her menstrual uncleanness. You must not have sexual relations with the wife of your fellow Israelite, becoming unclean by it. You must not give any of your children to offer them over to Molech, so that you do not defile your God's name. I am the Lord. You must not have sexual intercourse with a man as you would with a woman. It is a detestable practice. You will not have sexual relations with any animal, becoming unclean by it, nor would a woman present herself before an animal to mate with it. It is a perversion. Do not make yourselves unclean in any of these ways, because this is how the nations that I am throwing out before you became unclean. That is also how the land became unclean, and I held it liable for punishment, and the land vomited out its inhabitants. But all of you must keep my rules and my regulations. You must not do any of these detestable things, neither citizen nor immigrant who lives with you, because the people who had the land before you did all these detestable things, and the land became unclean, so that the land does not vomit you out because you have made it unclean, just as it vomited out the nations that were before you. Anyone who does any of these detestable things will be cut off from their people. You must keep my requirements of not doing any of the detestable practices that were done before you arrive, so that you don't make yourself unclean by them. I am the Lord your God. Leviticus 18. Let's turn the page. Go into chapter 19. Leviticus 19. The Lord said to Moses, say to the whole community of the Israelites, you must be holy because I, the Lord your God, am holy. Each of you must respect your mother and father, and you must keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God. Do not turn to idols or make gods of cast metal for yourselves. I am the Lord your God. When you sacrifice a communal sacrifice of well-being to the Lord, offer it so that it will be accepted on your account. It must be eaten on the day of your sacrifice or the following day. Whatever is left over on the third day must be burned with fire. If any of it is eaten on the third day, it is foul. It will not be accepted. Anyone who eats it will be liable to punishment because they defiled what is holy to the Lord. That person will be cut off from their people. When you harvest your land's produce, you must not harvest it all the way to the edge of your field, and don't gather up every remaining bit of your harvest. Also, do not pick your vineyard clean or gather up all the grapes that have fallen there. Leave these items for the poor and the immigrant. I am the Lord your God. You must not steal, nor deceive, nor lie to each other. You must not swear falsely by my name, desecrating your God's name in doing so. I am the Lord. You must not oppress your neighbors or rob them. Do not withhold a hired laborer's pay overnight. You must not insult a deaf person or put some obstacle in front of a blind person that will cause them to trip. Instead, fear your God. I am the Lord. You must not act unjustly in a legal case. Do not show favoritism to the poor or deference to the great. You must judge your fellow Israelites fairly. Do not go around slandering your people. Do not stand by while your neighbor's blood is shed. I am the Lord. You must not hate your fellow Israelite in your heart. Rebuke your fellow Israelites strongly so you don't become responsible for his sin. You must not take revenge nor hold a grudge against any of your people. Instead, you must love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. You must keep my rules. Do not crossbreed your livestock. Do not plant your field with two kinds of seed. And do not wear clothes made from two kinds of material. If a man has sexual relations with a woman who is a slave engaged to another man who hasn't yet been released or given her freedom, it must be a punishment. But they will not be put to death because she had not yet been freed. The man must bring as his compensation to the Lord at the meeting's tent's entrance a ram for a compensation offering. The priest will use the ram as a compensation offering to make reconciliation for him before the Lord on account of the sin he committed. Then he will be forgiven of the sin that he committed. You enter the land and plant any fruit tree. You must consider its fruit off limits. For 3 years it will be off limits to you. It must not be eaten. In the 4th year, all the tree's fruit will be holy, a celebration to the Lord. In the 5th year, you can eat the fruit. This is so as to increase its produce for you. I am the Lord your God. You must not eat anything with its blood. You must not participate in divination or fortune telling. You must not cut off the hair of your forehead or on your forehead or clip the ends of your beard. Do not cut your bodies for the dead or put marks on yourselves. I am the Lord. Do not defile your daughter by making her sexually promiscuous, or else the land will become promiscuous and full of shame. You must keep my Sabbaths and treat my sanctuary with respect. I am the Lord. Do not resort to dead spirits or inquire of spirits of divination. You will be made unclean by them. I am the Lord your God. You must rise in the presence of an old person and respect the elderly. You must fear your God. I am the Lord. When immigrants live in your land with you, you must not cheat them. Any immigrant who lives with you must be treated as if they were one of your citizens. You must love them as yourself because you were immigrants in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. You must not act unjustly in a legal case involving measures of length, weight, or volume. You must have accurate scales and accurate weights, an accurate ephah, which is the equivalent of 20 quarts, and an accurate hin, which is a liquid gallon. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt. You must keep all my rules and all my regulations and do them. I am the Lord. That's Leviticus 19. Let's see if I can do Leviticus 24 to close out this book that we're covering today. Yes, we can. Leviticus 24. The Lord said to Moses, command the Israelites to bring pure pressed olive oil to you for the lamp to keep a light burning constantly. Aaron will tend the lamp, which will be inside the meeting tent but outside the inner curtain of the covenant document from evening until morning before the Lord. This is a permanent rule throughout your future generations. Aaron must continually tend the lights of the pure lights lampstand before the Lord. He must take choice flour, break 12 loaves of flatbread, 2/10 of an ephah, which equals to 4 dry quarts, by the way. For each loaf, you must place them in 2 stacks, 6 on a stack, on a pure table before the Lord. Put pure frankincense on each stack as a token portion for the bread. It is a food gift for the Lord. Aaron will always set it out before the Lord, Sabbath after Sabbath, on the behalf of the Israelites as a permanent covenant. It will belong to Aaron and his sons. They must eat in a holy place because it is the most holy part of this year of the Lord's food gifts, a permanent portion. The son of an Israelite mother and an Egyptian father came out among the Israelites. A fight broke out between this half Israelite and another Israelite man in the camp, during which the half Israelite blasphemed the Lord's name and cursed. So he's brought to Moses. His mother's name was Shelomith, Debri's daughter from the tribe of Dan. He was put under guard until they could determine the Lord's verdict. Then the Lord said to Moses, take the one who cursed outside the camp. All who heard him will press their hands on his head. Then the whole community will stone him. Tell the Israelites, anyone who curses God will be liable to punishment. And anyone who blasphemes the Lord's name will be executed, must be executed. The whole community will stone that person, immigrant and citizen alike. Whenever someone blasphemes the Lord's name, that person will be killed. If anyone kills another person, they must be executed. Someone who kills an animal may make amends for it, a life for a life. If someone injures a fellow citizen, they will suffer the same injury they inflicted. Broken bone for a broken bone, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The same injury that person inflicted on the other will be inflicted on them. Someone who kills an animal must make amends for it. Whoever kills a human being must be executed. There is but one law on this matter for you, immigrant or citizen alike, because I am the Lord your God. Moses told this to the Israelites. So they took the one who had cursed outside the camp and stoned him. The Israelites did just as the Lord commanded Moses. That's Leviticus chapter 24. I'm going to stop here right now. I ran out of time. We'll pick it up with Numbers 30, and then we'll go into Deuteronomy. You're listening to The Corner. We'll be right back with part 3.